Hi, how is everyone today? I'm back making another video about topics of ascension. So I sat down and I decided what would I need to write something about, and I thought, what's happening in this reality? So I made some footnotes and I'm going to talk about this really quick, but it's a very important topic. And I'm going to label this How to Stop the Awakening for Ascension. What is being done to stop the awakening for ascension? Because right now we're in the time where everything is geared for us to ascend. So, what are the bad guys doing that are trying to stop us from awakening? And I'll start with one, the corruption of consciousness. Now let's dive in deep into the corruption of consciousness. Why would the corruption of consciousness stop the awakening? Because one, it puts you on a very low vibration. Fear, envy, hate, disgust, jealousy, and the big bag of fear goes on and on and on. So just know that if you're starting to feel these feelings, you are being corrupted, so you do not ascend. And this is being done deliberately to humanity across the board to put you into a state of fear. One of the big things was they're on an agenda because they know they're running out of time. This is why they are literally digging themselves in, these Kabbalists, these families, these corporate people. They're digging themselves into the ground for a reason. And the reason is they are running out of time. Oh, yes, they are. Or no way would they be digging in bunkers and what have you. Just know they're on the run because their time is tick-tocking to an endpoint. But before they go, the one thing they do want to do is make sure that they destroy everything topside. That's our water, our land, our air, our animals, our plants, our trees, and of course, humanity. And this has been their last ditch agenda to leave their mark of destruction because they are brain dead and disconnected from source. And so this is the only outcome they find that is plausible for them because of the deep psychic corruptions inside of these cabal members, these families, these corporate heads, these mega million people. I mean, billionaires, trillionaires, and all of that. So let's get going. A, what's the first thing they're going to do for corruption of consciousness? Murder. When you go into this reality and you see murder happening, what is one of the commandments? Thou shalt not kill. And when you're blatantly going against thou shalt not kill, you're doing the corruption to stop the ascension. When we have a blatant thing of do not take a life, and you come down into your reality, and you go and you work for any service that says, I give you the license to murder because of my agendas, they are going against the first and most important commandment, thou shalt not kill. When you are killing a person, a group, a community, and an entire race of being, you are going against the first commandment of thou shalt not kill. So now we look into our world. Who is being persecuted today? Well, if we go back to the 40s, we saw that the Nazis were persecuting whoever. And that was a group of beings, okay? But then you look at who's being persecuted today. What group of beings have been literally being annihilated day by day through murder? Thou shalt not kill. Because of A, they want the property. B, instilled hate. C, fear of thinking that, these people, how dare they not be in our system? Let's murder them across the board. Let me guess. The big thing going on now is, and has been going on, the murder of the Palestinians. So you have a country, Israel, who is being run by the cabal, who has destroyed this for the entire state of beings. Think about when you are taking little children to the border to watch murder. And what is the first commandment? Thou shalt not kill. And you're instilling every negative concept of murder, maim, mayhem, children, babies, women, men, it doesn't matter, boys, girls, to be murdered. Thou shalt not kill is the first commandment. And they are publicizing and dancing and celebrating the death of. If anyone is celebrating and contributing to this thought, this deviant, satanic thought mindset, they have been corrupted. They will not be ascending. They are the antithesis of what not to do. Let me close that door real quick. So our topic is how to stop the awakening. I'm going to take a group of people and I'm going to bastardize them in their very thought, because in the end, all you are is thought. And at that point, where are you going? You only got one way. You're either going to spiral up or you're going to spiral down, and you're going to remain the battery, and you're going to remain the food source, and you're going to remain is the main thing. You are going to remain. You're not going to the land of milk and honey. You're going to the land of torture and hell. And whatsoever you shall put out, you shall receive back. Remember this. It is very vital. What you give, you shall receive 1,000-fold. Wouldn't want to be you. So let's do the next one. Devolving humanity, devolving nature, devolving animals, devolving plants and trees, devolving sea life. If I wanted you to stop ascending, I'm going to destroy the world that you reside in. And we'll start from the top, which we believe is the top, but it's not. Humanity. We have devolved humanity into sitting on a couch, acting like the three monkeys, see no evil, hear no evil, say no evil. It is a psyop. If you don't recognize and speak out and see and hear what's happening to the world around you, you are doomed to repeat it over and over and over. And of course, the psyop was see no evil, say no evil, and hear no evil. And that is because I can control you if you are like an ostrich with your head in the sand, not acknowledging and not seeing, hearing, and speaking about what's happening in our reality. And this goes on many levels of corruption. This is also a part of the ascension. If you cannot recognize that you are the monkey, see no evil, hear no evil, say no evil, you're not making this. You are not ascending. Stand up, find your courage, get out of fear. And there's the answer to that. Nature. We have been geoengineered, where nature is almost on its last life. All of the trees are a representation of humanity. You go and you look at all the trees hollowed out on the inside, dying. That's what's happened to humanity. And we know what that was caused from, the pharmaceuticals. The next one is animals. I'm looking into our reality and I see the death of a lot of animal species are becoming extinct by the day, starting with insects and working their way up to mammals and then sea life. Oh my gosh, the extinction of, just like the extinction of humanity. And then we can go into that later. Plants, trees, sea life. 90% of our oceans are dead and dying. The life that used to be contained in our oceans are mostly gone. So that was eradicated. So what are we stopping? The ascension of humanity. And this is how we do it. We kill the world you're living in. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Because in this ascension, you will have to wake up. And you cannot shirk nor run away from these things because it's a part of you. Now, if I wanted to stop the ascension, making knowledge forbidden. I will forbid you to have something called natural law. Look up natural law, things that are natural, not man-made, not at all. Natural law that are given laws in any reality. So, false knowledge. A lot of everything we know, our foundations are based on false knowledge to contain you, to make you small, to make you tiny and insignificant, when all the while you are the powerful God. Of course you are. And through this ascension that we're having, through knowledge, through our bodies changing, through knowledge, you shall ascend into being the powerful God you have always been. Things have already changed inside of our bodies, and we are on that ascension route. And it's time that we stand up, and we are important. You, the individual, matters. You are an all-powerful God. Stand up to it. Know what you are. And nothing and no one shall stop you, period. The bad guys know this. This is why they forge forward relentlessly. It's time for us to pick ourselves up and likewise do the same, moving forward. Okay, the first one is religion. They're always talking about taking a bite of the apple of knowledge from the tree of life, the tree of knowledge being the apple. It's forbidden. Well, if I was a religion, I would forbid all knowledge too, because then I can no longer control you, you all-powerful God. I will have the reins on you like a horse, you all-powerful God. You are my battery. End it. End it. And all religion started off as one thing, a parable, and then it was corrupted into something tangible, and then manipulated to be your workhorse. Who's the workhorse? You are. There's that. You have a moral center, a core. Find it. You will never find it in a temple out there. It's the temple within that you will meet your God. There was never a third person they made you believe there was. There's no temple outside of you. You are the temple, period. Across the board, meet your God in your own temple. Don't ever give your power away because they want you to, because they told you to. Science. Man-made sciences. Did you know that most of science is nonsensical? They push it all the while, but it's nonsensical. Man-made sciences. Oh yeah, when really everything is etheric. Physicality is only a refraction of the etheric, and it's as simple as that. It's the reflection of the etheric. You are nothing but thought. You create each frame. Know this. Change this. You create the next frame with action, and your action will do the creation, period. Ethics. Even ethics have been twisted. It's okay to murder because I'm giving you a stamp, a seal saying it's okay to murder. And we have our own agendas behind all of this murder. So there's my ethics. I can do it because I say so. And it's just a game, don't you know? I can torture, maim, hurt, kill. I have seen a lot of this BS going on in cyber world, in the truther community. Oh, it's only a game, and I can absolutely do torturous things. No, you can't. It's always been a corruption, and I'm strong on this. When I came into this reality, we must change it here to change it here. This is how it works. This is where the change begins. It begins here, not out here. This is the reflection of this. And this is what we must learn. This is where we must go. Followed up with action. And action is we're not having it anymore. Stand up, find your courage, put down the fear. Go into your ascension strongly. And this is what it's about. Pharmaceuticals, the biggest takedown of humanity there ever was. Pharmaceuticals. There's a reason they had all the witch burnings to get rid of the midwives and get rid of the doctors who only did one thing, and that was parasite control. The moment parasite control, which is the only thing true doctors ever did, went away, we became taken over. Parasites are what causing all of your ailments. Everything gets parasite control except for human beings. There it is. So the pharmaceuticals came in, took things that were in nature, changed the coding in it, called it GMO or what have you, so they could patent it. With changing the coding, made it toxic poison where your body can no longer recognize it. Get off of all pharmaceuticals. No more anything in your arm, in your leg, anywhere with this distributing. Don't even go get aspirin. It's all been tainted. Pharmaceuticals. I am against them because I know what they have done. It was the takedown of humanity to make you ill. And when they bring you down to your knees because you are so sick, you will do anything because you cannot fight. Make your body strong. You need to have your body strong. It's a part of your ascension. Get off the pharmaceuticals. Find holistic doctors. They're there. Find them. Politics. Divide and conquer you here, making you think you have a choice. Your choice is this: I will not participate in your system, period. Politics were only dividing and conquering your consciousness, dividing you from who you are, your all powerful God, governing you over natural law. The whole thing is a complete takedown of every freedom you should have. And that is yours by law, natural law. Taxes, extortion. Taxes go along with politics, including all taxes. Who has the right to come in and tell you, you have to pay me because I say so? I'm going to take all of your hard energy and I'm going to make you so poor. And then I'm going to put my foot over your face because you didn't pay taxes. I will imprison you. I will enslave you. Wake up. This is the ascension. This will no longer let be stand. This needs to stop completely. We're not having it anymore. Taxes are illegal. They're man-made illegal systems to put you into poverty, to take away your natural law. Simple as that. Land, transportation, shelter, food, water, clothing. This is what you are guaranteed with natural law. It is your God-given right to have these things, and no one shall come in and take it from you with taxes, with donations of any type. The federal government is nothing but a donation system, which has made you believe you owe them. There's actually laws in place that say if you don't work for the federal government, you don't owe federal taxes. And then we have to re-examine all taxes, levies, fines, what have you, man-made to rape and pillage you of your hard-earned energy. Time to stand up, time to say no, time to put it down. We've had enough, we want no more. The last one is freedom of movement, land, air, and sea. We have natural law that says we have the right to have movement, whether it be by land, whether it be by sea, and whether it be by air. We have the right of freedom of movement. And what they are trying to do now is take away all of your freedom of movement, and we need to put it down. Say no more. This corruption that's happening because they're on their last leg with their hardest push, pushing in to this reality, AI on top of it, getting you to create the AI that will govern you. They're going to want to build 1 billion robots. Where do you think they're going to get the material for that 1 billion robots? Let me guess. Things have been put into Congress, the Senate, to pass bills to undo things that have been put into protection. Our 28% lands that we have, public lands, which are your parks, your recreation, they want to take that 28% and they want to rape the natural world. They have put a lumber company in charge. They have fired 6,000 park employees, the checks and the balances, because they want to tear down all the trees in Nevada, Colorado, Utah, Mexico, New Mexico, Arizona, and on and on. There are many, Alaska and many other states, and in a state coming near to you. Because what they really want is the mineral rights. And the mineral rights are, they have the right, because they give themselves the right to these public lands, that they're going to mine everything. They need raw material to build their robots. Where do you think they're getting that raw material from? It's called raping of the natural world. Now, we have two things going on. We have the federal government, which has protected lands and animals and vegetation. And we have state lands, which is to make profit. So the federal lands and the state lands are going to swap. And what's going to happen is they're going to take those protected lands, give them to the state lands, and they're going to begin the rape of our natural, beautiful America. If we don't stand up and we don't do something, our America is going to end up looking like China. You know what China looks like, most of it? Strip mined. There it is. One of the most important things that they're looking for right now. You would think it would be gold. No, it's not gold. Pyrite. Pyrite is the new gold, and it will have more value, and it's got more value than gold. You can call it fool's gold. Why do you think that is? Why is pyrite going off the chart? Why has pyrite made $11 billion in the last year? Why is it geared to make even more? Why is it going to be a multi-trillion-dollar company? Pyrite, fool's gold. Start researching. The application, AI. It has got ramifications of applications that will spin your head off. It is the new gold, and it is all over the United States. It is everywhere. And that's the prize. Pyrite, fool's gold. Applications, AI. And then here we go. How to stop the ascension. And I just said it, all of it. I can make 1 billion robots, and I can put a robot in every person that's left standing, and I can get it to fight for me, because they're on a timeline, 2017 to 2027. That was the timeline. And now they're going to try to build in the last minute of the day their robot army to stop what is coming. And what is coming is freedom. Freedom for the individuals. Freedom to let you know that in this snow globe, on the bigger earth, time is running out for them. It is their end, not ours. Our new beginning, their end. And so this is the plan. This is what it's all about. Get humanity to kill humanity, create robots to kill humanity, kill the earth that we're living on, Gaia, inside of this snow globe. The oceans, the air, the animals, the land. There it is. Will you be a part of this? Or will you be the resistance? Because the resistance is what will be ascending. And everything else will go like the dodo bird to the wayside. It will go into non-existence. Okay? On that note, this has been a very strong video. Wake up. Time to move. Move yourself. Here. And then action. And on that note, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.